In the summer of 1827, Karl Bryullov visited the excavation site of Pompeii. He was deeply impressed by the views and history of the city destroyed by the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. It was at that time that he contemplated doing a large multi-figure canvas painting, The Last Day of Pompeii. The subject of the painting is not typical of the historical painting of Classicism. Unfolding against the backdrop of the disaster are personal stories full of fear, despair, and love. Bryullov showed the calamity affecting the whole people, persons of different age and estate. All these are already features of a new trend, Romanticism. Ashes are falling from the sky, buildings are tumbling down, but despite all this, the characters are trying to help their family. We see a young family with children, a mother covering her daughters. Two brothers are carrying their elderly father. A young man is carrying his fiancée. According to Nikolai Gogol, the canvas demonstrates supreme physical and moral perfection of man. The artist's intent was not just to paint a picture of a historical theme. He wanted to document a real event of the past. To be able to do that, Bryullov carefully studied historical sources, including letters by a witness, writer Plinius Jr. Jugs, chairs, pieces of decoration, fragments of a chariot, all these are depictions of objects found during the excavation. The artist was as particular about depicting the scene of action. Before the beginning of the first excavation in 1748, Pompeii was buried under a layer of volcanic ashes. It conserved not only buildings and objects, but also remains of humans. The figures of Bryullov's composition are a replica of real postures of the Pompeians who had not escaped the disaster. The artist used his contemporaries to paint the characters' faces from. The prototype of the man covering his family with a cloak was an Italian, Domenico Marini. The facial features of the artist's favorite muse, Countess Yulia Samilova, can be seen in a few characters. The mother with two daughters, the woman who has fallen from the chariot, the woman with her family in the center of the composition. In imitation of Renaissance masters, the artist put himself on the canvas as well. The character is holding a box with paintbrushes on his head, looking spellbound in the direction of the eruption.